We're back with our final moments with our roundtable. Everything has political implications. Let's talk about the politics. The news this week for 2012, Senator Thune has decided that he will not run for president, John Thune from South Dakota. And you look at the Gallup poll, and here's the list. This crowded field, Huckabee and Romney look to be at the top, and there's Governor Barbour at 3%. And, Governor, as you look at this, and the field continues to be unsettled, how will you make the calculation about whether you'll run?
I don't know if my family was that big, 3%. It's a very critical decision. It's a family decision in many ways, and in fact, in most ways. But I'm not going to make a decision until April. I'm going to finish my legislature, get my job done.
But how do you make that calculation based on what you're seeing? Because there seems to be a lot of late entries here.
Whether or not anybody else runs is irrelevant to my decision. I'm going to make the decision based on things that I think, and I don't want to take everybody else's time going through all the things that I would have to think, that I am thinking about.
Richard Trumka, how do you assess that Republican field right now, who you'll be organizing against?
Well, there'll be a lot of them, probably. But
is there a front runner? Who's most formidable in your mind?
I don't know. I wouldn't go there. I wouldn't go there on either side, the Democrats or Republicans. That's a debate that needs to take place. But, you know, Governor Walker, what he's done, and people like him, governors like him, they've energized the working class voters. And that momentum that we've picked up, the demonstrations that you're seeing in Madison, isn't just in Madison, they're around the country. And that momentum is going to continue on. And Haley, I hope you don't stake your whole campaign on taking away the right of workers to be able to earn a middle-class income, because I don't think that's a winner for you.
Well, I want to take my campaign on the right of taxpayers to be able to pay so that the state employees can keep their jobs and don't have big layoffs.
Let me ask you.
Those state workers are taxpayers.
Let me ask you about health care. Lawrence O'Donnell is Mike B., the former Arkansas governor, who has taken on Mitt Romney. This is what he said to the Associated Press as they covered it. Huckabee said Wednesday the potential White House rival Romney should offer an apology for health care overhaul that he oversaw as Massachusetts governor. Quoting him, I think it's not a killer for him, but he has to say either I love it, I hate it, or hey, I tried it, it didn't work, and that's why I should say to you, let's not do it nationally. He goes on, he's got to figure out how he wants to deal with it. It's the 800-pound elephant in the room for him. Now, Romney has stood by it, but said it's something that the state should work out.
Well, Huckabee's right in identifying this is what's wrong with the Romney candidacy. And in fact, you can go down through the list and do that with pretty much every one of the possible Republican candidates, with the exception of Tim Pawlenty, who I think is the one who's going to start moving ahead because he has no serious negative. You have thoughtful Republicans starting to support him. The ideal candidate is a Midwesterner, and that usually is true for both parties because that's where the battleground states are. With Thune dropping out, Pawlenty becomes more important in the field. But Romney has the same, this is identical, virtually identical politically to the problem Hillary Clinton had going into that primary field, where she had to disown or own that vote in support of the Iraq war. This is much more serious. What Romney did on health care is a much more difficult thing to overcome in the primaries. I don't think he can.
I think it's not alone. That's not the only issue. And I actually agree with Richard here that what is happening in Wisconsin is going to have very big implications for the primaries on both sides. And in particular in this case, because the other 800-pound gorilla in the room besides health care is fiscal responsibility. Right. You see the president entirely focused on it at the moment. Yeah. And this is going to play into Republican governors in particular who are running and their record in the states.
Running circles around Democrats and the president on the issue of fiscal responsibility from the states to cutting in Washington? Is that how you view it?
No, absolutely. Absolutely not. What the Republicans are mistakenly doing is pushing cuts that will hurt the very people who voted for them. And when people realize what is happening to them and their families, there will be, I think, a great deal of buyer's regret. And we'll look up and see that President Obama is surging again. To beat somebody, you've got to run somebody. This is the only person that I'm endorsing to run against Barack Obama at the moment.
Yeah, really? You'd endorse Governor Barbour?
To run against
him. To run against him, okay. We're gonna have to leave it there. We're out of time. Thanks to all of you. We just want to make sure I didn't miss an endorsement there. Before we go, a quick program. You know, you can watch the rebroadcast of today's program this afternoon on MSNBC at 2 p.m.